Hey, welcome everyone on our weekly Cozystack community meeting. Today is 7th October 2024. Let me share the screen. And let's get started. We probably don't have anyone new on this meeting. I'll just put your names, guys. And today in agenda, I just wanted to introduce our new virtual machine improvements. Actually, here is dashboard, and two new applications were added. Previously we had just virtual machine. Now we'll have virtual machine disk and virtual machine instance. This is done for the reason that virtual machines can have more than one disk, and for more convenient management of the disks itself. So if you want to deploy new virtual machine, you can create a disk. Here, you can, in source, you can specify a few type of source. Currently is HTTP and upload format is possible. Yeah, that's it on the example. So if you want to upload image from your PC, you have to specify upload. If you want to let Cozystack to download this image automatically from the source, you have to specify construction like this. Source, then HTTP, and provide URL for downloading this image. If we use upload type, and yes, of course, we have also to specify the size for the created image. Let's put it 10 gigs, for example. Now, when this disk gets deployed, user will get the command for uploading this image from their PC. That actually depends on virtKTL tool, and it requires direct access to the Kubernetes API. But since we're doing the backend for service providers, I think that shouldn't be a problem to give access to uploading it. And then when you want to create virtual machine, you can specify virtual machine instance. You can say virtual machine test. Then you can specify what disk you want to attach. Then specify instance type and instance profile. I think the default one will be choose, so it will be moved to Linux. I think it's just a bug. I have to fix it. So in this way, this virtual machine will start provisioning. That means that it will just consume this disk. And it is possible to attach more than one disk, and it is also allowed to upload ISO images. In this way, you just need to specify that disk is optical, and it will be automatically attached to the virtual machine as CD-ROM. So using this approach, I already tested and installed Windows system. Unfortunately, I can't show you how exactly it's working because we have no web UI for virtual machines yet. But if I use my PC, I can use virtKTL tool to get VNC to this virtual machine. I can perform Windows installation, and then I can detach and attach new drives, and that works just perfectly. And also, I can show you how instance types are working. So there are default instance profiles and instance types. Instance profile is profile used to create virtual machine. You can specify Alpine, CentOS, Fedora, or Windows with VirtIO or Windows without VirtIO. So I was installing a VM using Windows without VirtIO, then installed VirtIO drivers, and then switched just profile to the VirtIO, and it started working automatically. And also resources now not required field to specify what amount of CPU cores and memory you want to use. You can just choose specific instance type. The types of instances are described at the phase you deploying virtual machine. So we can see that we have U series, which are natural and provide resource for general purpose. We have O series, but they have memory over. That's probably a wrong description because I think CPU should be overcommitted. And also CX series, which are for compute power, M series for memory intensive applications, and RT series for real-time virtual machines. Here are table with all the descriptions for those instances. They just downloaded from KubeVirt official repository, and we provide it as is with no changes. And also profiles. So now you can use those instance types and instance profiles when you're creating virtual machines or Kubernetes clusters. They also get this opportunity to specify instance type in node group. That's it. That's all the changes for the virtual machines. If you have any ideas, suggestions, please share them. Kingdom?
I just wanted to ask if there is a preferred way to set a CPU model globally for KubeVirt. I've just been adding it to the KubeVirt resource, and it doesn't seem to cause any problems, but I'm worried about what will happen the next time KubeVirt is upgraded. Will Helm overwrite changes, or will they be merged in, or?
I think the default model is used is always host, but it requires you to have similar nodes if you want to have live migration working.
Yeah.
There is an opportunity to specify this in KubeVirt CR. I think it will reconcile all the virtual machines, but they will not be recreated automatically.
When they
reboot, actually, in KubeVirt, there are two resources, virtual machine and virtual machine instance. If you update virtual machine instance not get updated automatically. But if you run virtcatel restart, it will shoot it down, then update parameters and run VM with newer ones. As about Kubernetes clusters, I think no, that also will not be working automatically because we generate configuration and it reconciles it only if there's some changes, but we don't change resources explicitly in case if we update it through the KubeVirt resource. Anyway, I think that this approach with drives and virtual machines is the basic one. I think it should be working for almost for running any workload. The old virtual machine application still persists, and I think it is a good example if you just want to try Cozystack and run simple virtual machine and don't care about the system installed there, so it's not even allows you to specify version of Ubuntu. I think in a while it will be deprecated to have just this VM disk and VM instance approach. And let's switch. Yeah, Robert.
Hi, Andrei. I have not been here for a longer time. I'm sorry, and I will be leave also sooner. But can I ask for a virtual machine approach means that under the Kubernetes you are able to run a virtual machine?
Yep.
Okay, that's nice. Thanks. And it's also Linux based, yes?
Yes, it is based on KubeVirt. Currently, we got sponsorship for improve virtual machine management in Cozystack, and that's actually what we do. there were few requests, like they want to import existing virtual machines from VMware. Now it should be done by just using VM disk. And they also wanted to be able to run Windows virtual machines in Cozystack. Now it is also possible.
Okay, I will have a look. Thanks.
Thank you. And today I have only one topic to discuss, but it is very futuristic. Maybe you'll find this idea interesting, maybe not. Please share what do you think about it. The main idea that currently Cozystack consists of few types of applications, or few layers, I can say. If we'll go to the repository, we will see that we have system applications, we have tenant-specific extra applications, and also we have apps that's actually you see in the dashboard here. I was thinking, what if we will just remove these applications from Cozystack main repository and to build like pluggable runtime for Cozystack. I think that might be working fine in terms of support, because you see sometimes we can just simply remove some applications from Cozystack core itself, because it will make previous virtual machines not working. So we have to keep it as is. I think if we will move all of this into separate repositories, we can also switch to have more categories of the applications, like virtual machine-based applications, or applications for managed services. What do you think about it? No ideas. Okay, good.
I have a question. What advantages and disadvantages do you see with current approach and the approach with a separate repo?
The current approach is fine, but it makes it difficult to support all of these applications. For example, for now, we're changing API for virtual machines, and we were forced to create new applications, but we still have to support previous one. In this way, we have to keep it in a repository and keep it in updated. In case if we don't want to support it anymore, we can archive this repository and just keep it in separate repo, which is pluggable. So if somebody still uses it, they can take this repository and continue using and continue maintaining it by their own.
I think that if we have a contact right now regarding applications, it would be the same. So if we are deprecating, and users are struggling, or vice versa. If we are committing to support, it doesn't matter how they would be layouted by different repos.
Robert?
Yes, and also you will need like to designate which applications are like stable, which are not stable. So it's a little bit different thing. But in many marketplaces there are such designations, and API versions of Kubernetes also show some warranties about stability. So if we have like V1 API, it means that it's formulated and we cannot introduce any changes to it. So I think we must have something similar here. So some degrees of maturity of every component.
Makes sense. Robert?
I might just confirm. This idea will lead Cozystack to be something like lightweight runtime.
Yeah, I was thinking that we can, in Cozystack, we have bundles shipped just with the system applications. Like they can have everything you need to run user-faced applications. For example, it has KubeVirt, it has storage, it has cert manager, it has operators for everything. And then you can define your own way how you want to specify and which options you want to provide to your users. So you would, as administrator of the platform, you would need to prepare similar structure of the Helm charts, which you want to give to your users. Of course, we can generate examples. How can you get simple project for Cozystack? And I was just thinking that we can make it simply pluggable using Flux API.
I think that this is a really good idea. I agree with everything George said in terms of platform support and maturity model, but I think that there's a secondary goal of making it easy for an external third party to adopt Cozystack and to visibly support Cozystack. So if I wanted to create my own AI operator, for example, or some other tool that I would have to prove the maturity of as an external organization that Cozystack would not support directly. In order to test the waters, I could deploy it as my own Cozystack operator, and then I wouldn't have the issue of having to prove in advance the maturity of a thing that isn't done yet, right? So to build third-party support, it would be very beneficial to have a plugin architecture.
Yeah, but do we still need to have core applications like which we're having right now? Do you think, does it make sense, or we can even enable some option for automatically using them from external repository?
You do the opposite of what the Helm folks did, and instead of saying we're end-of-lifing the stable repository, you say this is our Cozystack stable repository, and we support it.
Yeah, but those applications just very, very high level of the things which should be done, because Cozystack consists of two parts. The layer of the system applications, those are bundles, and we also have to make it somehow extendable to let users bring their own bundles. And to make this layer, like application layer, also configurable. I think that might make sense to the service provider, at least, to control the options they want to provide to their users. For example, they want to disable some certain options in values files, so they can just simply remove it and regenerate their own Helm charts for this.
Right, so as an internal service provider, it would be possible already for me to fork Cozystack and add my own options that way, but it would be probably better for the community if I didn't have to fork Cozystack in order to do that.
Yeah, I think that we can create some kind of Arch Linux user repository, but for Cozystack, where everybody can push their code, their Helm charts, and easy option from Cozystack to plug in to enable those user repositories, or to provide the opportunity to install the applications from them. I saw something similar in Open Media Vault, I think. They also have some kind of plugins. And they have separate repository on the extras, which is not related to, which is not actually official one, but it contains way more applications for this system. Georg?
We can extend Cozystack very easily if the target would be just GitHub, GitLab, or any arbitrary Git repo or author repository, because author is a way how we can store any arbitrary artifact in a modern way, and it's very easy to attach additional components to the system.
Yeah, I was thinking about that either. So I just thinking if we want to go this approach where everybody can just join to submit their Helm repositories into Cozystack, they will even be visible in this dashboard if they will have needed labels that they should be shown in this dashboard. Or I was thinking if we can provide, I don't know, I was thinking that it might be useful to provide opportunity to redefine all the set of default applications. And that might be one of the options. How can you do this? Or that can also make some conflicts. For example, one user provides MySQL, other user provides MySQL, but you can't just use the same Helm charts with the same names in single Cozystack. I don't know. So anyway, I just put this idea. I collected feedback. Thank you for your feedback. And do you have any other topics to discuss? Robert?
Can I ask about the Kamaji?
Yep.
It's not open source anymore, or how it's like?
Kamaji currently looking for the way for monetize their building. And so that's more likely marketing that they say we are not going to provide stable releases anymore, and now they will just do these edge releases. But actually, those releases are also stable because before they get released, they run all the same tests which are used for preparing stable releases. So you can be not worry just using latest edge releases. I think they should be.
Okay, that means that Cozystack will be support this edge distribution, yes, or this.
Yeah, sure. We have our own set of tests. So we also test that all the functions we provide, they are working fine with latest versions of Kamaji as well.
It is not a license conflict with this?
No, because Kamaji is Apache licensed. And it just provides you software as is, as most of the applications we use. We actually, the same way like in Cozystack itself is Apache licensed. If you don't pay money, you can't complain that it is not working, in short. But if we actually building platform on top of many applications which are using Apache license. We do evaluation for every operator and for every solution we use. We know about the issues. We know how we will fix them. We also do some research how the upstream maintainers are fine with making contributions to their project. So I think the main important thing when you start using open source, you should be ready that this solution will not be supported anymore. In this way, you should be ready to start developing it by yourself. And I think me and our Cozystack core team will be able to support any of this solution, even if it be supported by upstream vendor.
Okay, yeah, thanks for explanation.
That's it. Any other questions? In this way, going once, going twice. And thank you everyone for joining this meeting.
Andrei, I have a just
Yep.
small update. I started teaching on the cloud native on the school, yeah, on the second. I would like to say after the secondary school, but it's something school between the university and the secondary school. So this guy comes usually like from the street, and some have a computer knowledge and some no. And I plan to use the Cozystack in later phase as a education platform for Kubernetes. Yeah.
That's so cool to hear. Thank you for sharing this.
That's the idea, but I need to work on this, and it can be maybe next half or Q1 of next year or something like that.
Let them join to our community meeting. I think if there will be more enthusiasts to make something working, that might be really.
That's also to bring them as a developers, but I'm not sure whether they will be. They are focusing on the Java, but I would like to bring these guys to somehow.
We have a lot of interesting issues, even for Java developer. I think we can guide them what they could do actually, if they willing to do.
Yes, the school is mostly something like that. They have a 1.5 year for education on theoretical level, and they are just going to the companies which are donors of this school, some Siemens, Telecom, and so on. But they are teach for such companies, but some probably stay active in the community somehow. Yeah, so.
Okay.
Yeah, that's update from my side. Therefore, I'm not able to join to every meeting, but I thinking that's can be also useful for Cozystack to know at least at this moment this activity.
Good to know. Thank you.
Yeah.
And on this note, I can say thank you everyone for joining this meeting. See you next time. Same week next time. Same time next week.
Okay. Have a nice evening. Bye.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.